What's good, YouTube? And welcome Lulu to the house. Unexpected happy dog pictures. You guys can't be mad. I love how she does look like she has those angry judging eyebrows, really depicting how she feels about the first buyout on Market Watch. But all jokes aside, the second place name was Mandy from Billy and Mandy. Kind of fit how she looked, but not her personality. She's jumping, playful. And third place was Ray, but I wanted Sky Striker Ace Ray. Emily wanted Sailor Mars Ray. We couldn't agree on the spelling. And Lulu just stuck, and I really do think it fits her for us. That being said, let's go ahead and get into today's Market Watch with Destiny Draw. I told you, Lulu's judging you already. D-Draw got bought out to the point of $250 for the first edition, and there's still one unlim at 16, and we see First Ed sold at, wow, just $16 throughout the day, and you also have 15. I really don't like this buyout, considering this recently did try to jump to 60 as people looked at past formats and you've had those market fluctuations. But yeah, I just don't feel like, for consistency's sake, in the most hero decks, unless you're doing pure D heroes, that this ends up fitting in. And how's it going to feel when you draw your second Malicious? We were always taking that risk. But with Droll and Lock in the metagame, other cards abound, and Droll and Lock hurts heroes anyways. I just personally don't feel that this fits a lot of builds. And then you have the option in general for Destiny Draw to have a nice looking secret rare, a DT. You have the Dark Legends Super getting re-pumped here. A lot of people after a lot of nicer versions. And then you have other super rares completely unlooked, holos. So even if you're playing past formats, there's nice versions of this card to play with, but the very top are going. Now, I understand buyouts like Fusion Destiny where you're actually going to be needing this card for the deck and it cannot see a reprint, and you have different nice versions, or even a Dusted Gold, which is ridiculous at $200. Stream and I did the math. He is worth twice his weight in gold on the American market, even highlighting how much more ridiculous it is that he's only around $100 US for actual English copies over on Card Market. So if you want to look while people desperately wait for Legendary Duel Season 3 to make some money, learn forwarding services, take a little while longer to get your cards in, and then resell them on our market, because this has actually been sticking around this price with actual sales at $190, $175, some suckers spending $250. It's ridiculous what this man's is going for. Now, I actually wanted to take today's Market Watch to talk about stuff like this that interested me more. A Dusted Gold being worth twice his weight in gold, and that actually just sounds more interesting than Magician's Souls or Bane being worth their weight in gold once, right? Tour Guide from the Underworld re-spiked as people have been looking up Phantom Knights and different rank 3 decks, you know, PK, BA, and it had a little pump into the rogue slash metagame. Well, wow, 360, and you have sales more recently, people even buying up the light plays, but around 475. Somebody spent a lot last month at 450 when things were looking rough on getting her, and then she's been selling around 300, 330. So yeah, back to lowest listing being 360. She fits into a lot of past formats, fits into current formats. You get that mix of playability, collectability. She's an icon in Duel Links. If you've been diamond handing these, one of Farfa's best calls, unlike Warrock Mountain, you're doing pretty good for yourself. Solemn Strike, also the original First Ed secret, often so overlooked by the Ultimate Rare. I called this long ago to be back up to $30 because that's what it was at after the first Megatin, and we were waiting for reprints. It's a very nice version of the card, even though another secret exists, and it is here, lowest listed, $29.99. So other versions of Solemn Strike have been going up as it's been seeing a lot of play in this metagame, and that's something to pay attention to with Solemn, as all versions are worth a little bit of money. I know I've been shouting out those dual overload boxes over on Tier 0, code What's Good 5 for 5% off and support the channel directly, but those nice quote-unquote hollow versions that do, that set ends up having a lot of pack errors and quality control issues. It's been going around $4 to $5, but so have the lowest versions of commons, and you have the super. They're all $4 plus, so this isn't even a 10x versus the lowest version. Still, That Solemn Strike just can't feel like it wins with the other secret rare. A lot of people go for the budget Shark engine, and it's not so budget anymore. We covered Bahamut Shark getting almost bought out, but even with quantities back, the OTS super rare is around $7. The gold is around $7, and the original secret is really up there with a market price of $24. I haven't clicked this, so let's peek in, but I just wanted to comment how when something becomes fun and budget lately in Yu-Gi-Oh, it ends up just not being budget anymore. And we do see the Unlim secrets are at 24, up above market price for even the Unlims. And where's the first head of this dude? He's around $30, the same as the Solemn Strike. Makes sense, right? Playset versus, well, there's only 3 versions of him. And Totally Awesome only has 3 versions. The gold letter rare has been going up over time. I remember when pre-sellers were putting this up at 80 cents to $2. He's over double that. But the Mega Pack secret rare may be overlooked because it's only double that for a much nicer version. And the original Toad's market price is around $15 with the Unlims going for that. Not everybody needs that first dead stamp. And the first editions, let's find out where the lowest for he is at too. Around, I would have thought 2021, but he's at 24, so a little more money than I would have thought. Murmillo, despite Traptrix not really having the impact people would have thought with the new support into the rogue category, Super Murmillos are still flying off the shelves. Even Light plays around $10, where near mints are going for 11, 10, and the lowest listing for near mints are around 11. I'm actually pretty impressed with how Traptrix manages to stay up there. Maybe Traptrix in that money in order to, I don't know, it's just crazy how the actual sales rate goes on the market. Could it actually be something like a Mandala Palms playmats? I don't think so, but like, where do you explain this? It got new support, but how is it continuing to go like this at past formats? Hat? Maybe. Level Limit Area B is another kind of those cards from my childhood. I played this in Burn, my first ever regional top, and the super rare is worth more than I recall, $8, so you might have some money you didn't know you had if you have Astral Pack 7 Level Limit Area Bs. Harpius Hunting Ground, on the other hand, only has 2 holos, 1 out of a legendary collection, 1 out of an Astral Pack, and for how often this actually creeps into the meta, Harpies, and we're not joking on Harpies, like Bird Up was meaning Harpies a little bit at first. I find it funny that these super rares keep falling back down time and time again. It may be something you want, or one day we get the Lart, and that's why it stays low. People just wait on the Lart to join the others. I've had so many people ask me, should I buy Genesis Impact Sealed? Not a financial advisor channel. I don't know your bankroll, how long you can sit on stuff, how squeamish you are, but I've said this several times and I'm gonna say it again. The people who buy the singles win way faster. If you called the Live Twins, you're making a lot more money versus where they were at, where these were 50s, where this was 70. You're already winning way more while this is still sitting here. So always consider your opportunity cost. Well, it seems like these have jumped and you've missed the boat on them, and now you go for the sealed because those have gone up. These are 1 in every 15 boxes when you look for a specific collector rare. So yeah, that's 1 per case on these collector rare desirable Evil and Live Twins, and you do also get Kisi Kill and Leela by themselves down here at the lower end, but 1 per case in a sense for these 4. That's not the greatest odds when you're rolling the dice long term on even opening it, and that's why a lot of people aren't opening this. You also have Drytrons at all-time low, Drytron Nova around $20. That's just eyebrow raising how many people don't want to play Drytrons or have Forbidden and Limited List fears, and that's coming up October 1st, no sooner than, along with the Megatins, and the main topic of that is Dragoon. I personally would like to see Verte stick around, but I think Konami will resell Dragoon as well, so I think both will be sticking around, but you're always talking speculation with a Banlist, acting like you know what Konami's gonna do. You don't. It's more so bringing up the cards of conversation that could or could not get hit, and we've seen Dragoon spike, what now, twice to mega ranges from missing a Banlist, so it's still floating around $90, and this is still up towards 54, and this interacts with so many other decks in a healthy manner and also a check and balance if you take away Dragoon, but I just feel like Konami's gonna resell both before they do anything to them in the TCG. Dimension Shifter's up a little tiny bit, around 420, around that for the lowest like listing, but you see a lot of 430s towards 440s. This was 380 just a month ago, I feel, and has a relatively high sales rate. It's the only 2019 Gold Sark introduced world premiere promo that hasn't had a reprint. It looks pretty nice, but what I've noticed actually is a lot of chatter around different Dimension Ground. I even told you guys I saw a live twin deck playing this in top rated, hit prank kids with it, and I saw a Reddit thread asking why more people aren't citing this, and they cite Dimension Shifter. It's a back and forth. Do you have this only one-time window card because it can go first and second, or do you end up citing / even maybe maining this card for a deck that grinds and has heavy one-card engines? The STBL is $10 still to this day, actually a little above market price, and then I've noticed it's very low on the ultra rares from Battles of Legend, so somebody might be speculating on these. And then the ultra from Dual Devastator, thank gosh for Dual Devastator, please give us a second Dual Devastator with a random promo pack like you do for Battle City. DZeepdish did a nice video on that, and I've been saying it on stream for a while. But yeah, this card looks like it's getting a little speculation for upcoming formats. I was taking a peek at Zeus, and I already have people going, look, John, it's already recovered. You're wrong. It's not going to bottom out because of the Megatins. And I have never received so much pushback from ideas on a Megatin, and I feel like it's people either that have not experienced Megatins time and time again, and I feel like 95% of you are on the same page with me, but from the pushback, I just want to say, yeah, it's bounced back from now. The panic sellers feeling a little bit punished, but let's go through the 2020-10 real quick. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon was introduced in this set. It's not a reprint. That's why it's so much money. They took away the promos. Then your next one is Pot of Extravagance. Actually, it's probably so low because it got another reprint in Toon Chaos, but this arguably looks nicer than the first printing, which is why Konami tends not to re-secret rare a card. Masquerade's half of her meta price at $45, down to $21 here in the tens, and has a reprint coming once again. And when you think about it, she actually hit $65 during her meta heyday. When announced on reprint, Borreload Savage was $80+. He's down here at $20. Nice original copies getting upgrades. Mystic Mind's actually one of the only cards upping about $1 from when its reprint was announced. And Apolos is who I really want to focus, because a one-of in the extra deck, most people play one Zeus, some people play two, but Apolos, oh, surely it'll retain price. Original copy, well, she's loomed over by a Starlight just like Zeus. Perfect example, right? So we look through here, first editions are at $35 versus her used to be $80 to $120. Yeah, she started out at $50 to $60 in her price, and that's still around half. But coming to, oh, it'll retain some value, that's still a 50% drop off like we're talking about. And even long term, if Zeus is dodging Banlist, not going to 1 or 0, facing all that speculation like Exciton did back in the day, you're still dodging a lot for these original copies to end up keeping a ton of money. So pay attention to history, and it will pay you. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already, or Lulu will end up scowling at you even harder than she already is.